Some people are just born with a natural knack at being good at everything. And that seems to be the case with our guest this week on the Thumbstopper podcast, Tade. He's a singer, an aspiring actor, a student, and a content creator. On this week's episode, we find out whether it's politics or music, what his parents thought of his career choices, who his favorite designer is. And we also find out why Vandross is such an important figure to him. Before I let you get into the episode, remember to like, subscribe, and comment who you'd like to see on the podcast next. My name is Omar Moto, and this is the Thumbstopper podcast. Oh my goodness. Tando, get out of the shot.
3, 2, 1.
Politics, film, where are we at?
I'm more informed now. I think I because I'm done with politics study wise, I'm doing film this semester.
Yeah.
And then I'll be completely done with my studies afterwards.
So this is year 3 now?
Year 4.
Year 4?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Did you take a break?
No, it's a 4-year degree.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it's political science or?
Political science, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And what's the thing of the moment right now? I know we spoke about it off mic.
Yeah.
But BRICS, it's happening. It's there. How do we feel about it?
I mean, I did say I'm such a Pan-Africanist.
Yeah.
So I believe in all African nations coming together and unionizing and forming one currency with one government. But then with the implementation of BRICS, I feel like it's a completely different direction. That's just going to take maybe certain African countries and alienate others. Yeah. Yeah.
And now that we just did that now just to show you that being on TikTok is not just dancing. You also have deep thoughts, right?
Definitely, yeah.
You've been on the platform for how many years now? Or rather, how many years have you been making content? Because you're still young.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I actually, this is probably my 5th year making content.
So you started when you were 10.
No, I'm not that young. But yeah, it is my 5th year. Funny enough, I used to have TikTok from the days it was called Musically.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's when I started.
When people were still doing all those glitchy dances.
Yeah, that's when I started on the platform.
Yeah.
And then I had my first viral video on it. I think it was December 2020.
Okay.
And then from there onwards, I guess.
So the wave happened for you really during pandemic lockdown. Yeah. That was that a I mean, a lot of content creators have stated or said that the pandemic was the thing that motivated them.
Yeah.
Or not necessarily motivated. It was just there's something to do.
Yeah.
Was that it for you, or were you looking for an outlet?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really. I think I think essentially my rise up came up just after the intense lockdown. So I remember I just come back from Cape Town and I was back home in KZN, and then I just randomly did a TikTok video and then it blew up, and then from there onwards I just kept going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are at this year's Content Creator Awards. You are nominated.
Yeah.
This episode will come out after the awards, so we're not going to talk about winning. We're not going to talk about anything like that, right? But a nomination in and of itself is it's a stamp of approval.
Yeah.
It's a acknowledgement of the energy and the effort and the time that you put into what you do. And for me personally, I have to say this because I'm very much a nerd about how content is made.
Yeah.
Right? And you inhabit lots of characters in one video, right? And the amount of the detail, the outfit changes, the characters.
Yeah.
Is that a driving force for you, making sure that every single video is meticulously made? Or are there days where you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna phone it in?
It is a driving force because I guess the backhand of it all in all that I do within content creation is to simultaneously also showcase how much of a great actor I believe I am.
Yes.
So hence why the lip syncs are precise.
Yeah.
The outfit changes are precise, so that I'm accurate as possible in embodying the character that I'm doing.
Yeah.
The emotions, the body language,
Yeah.
all of that is
So in a way, your videos are kind of your CV.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's really smart. I wish a lot more people that walk into creating video content would think of it like that, because every single time you open up your camera, that's another opportunity. It's not just another video.
Yeah.
It's another opportunity. And you've had opportunities come to you
Yes.
based on the work that you've done.
Yeah.
You've been doing it for 5 years now.
Yeah.
You're still, you want to break into the acting industry. If you were to inhabit a character, let's say what do we call them? A biopic.
A biopic.
Thank you, Tando. A biopic.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you play?
This is
because forgive me. I see you as a young Malcolm X.
Really?
Right?
Really?
By any means necessary.
Let's manifest that. But also, I'm not mad at that one. But also, I think one that will make so much sense for me, and also embodying every single thing that I do. It's my lifelong dream to play Luther Vandross in a biopic.
Okay.
I feel like it would really merge.
That would be a really conflicted character. It would actually be a real character study because he lived a certain truth for so long.
Yeah.
Internally, right?
Yeah. I relate to that, number one. Also, I'm a big fan of his music.
Yeah.
And I'm an emerging artist myself as well now. So it is like a lifelong dream of mine to play Luther Vandross.
Is he an influence of yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you take from him? What do you take from his style of music, from his life?
I guess just the musicality of it all.
Yeah.
And the way he delivers himself vocally.
Yeah.
I take a lot from that. Yeah.
Okay. So in terms of vocality, vocals. Forgive me, please. My brain runs away with me sometimes. In terms of the vocals, and your approach to making music, you've got a single that's just come out, Orile, and you're really happy with how it's come out. You spoke to me about this a few months ago, actually, like, hey, it's coming. And it is getting the recognition that I think it's not your debut single.
It is my debut.
It is your debut single. It's getting the kind of recognition that a debut single should get of the quality that it is, right? Following up on that, are you already feeling the jitters of having to, okay, cool, now I need to top this?
Yeah, I am. But I guess with my upcoming project, my EP, it's definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely something to look forward to. I'm very excited about it. I'm proud of it.
Can you tell me a bit about the EP without giving too much away, please?
Without giving too much. I mean, it's I'm gonna put it this way. The trajectory of my career in music is to make people feel good in the music that I make. And I feel like a lot of people don't know me from content creation. They don't know me. They don't know my life outside of that.
Yeah.
And my personality outside of that, because I'm always embodying other characters.
Yeah.
I remember someone was saying that my Instagram, like my pictures on Instagram, and then you look at my TikTok, it's like two completely different people. And I guess there's so much coolness to me.
Yeah.
And I want to showcase that through the music that I make.
I got you. Because inside all of us, there is somebody that wants to feel the attention on them.
Yeah.
There is somebody that wants to be seen as the guy that when he walks into the room, it goes silent because he's here.
Yeah.
Right?
So I think I'm very, very cool. So I want to showcase
you are.
The music.
Thank you. I just want to spin back just a little bit to Luther Vandross. Right, because it's an interesting point. And I just want to tug on that thread just a little bit. Yeah. You said there's a part of his life that you relate to a lot outside of his music. Which part is that?
I guess him being queer and not being able to fully embrace himself during that time or during his days. And I do relate to some of that. I think my generation is lucky that we've been able to embrace ourselves fully. Even though some of us did live a portion of our lives where we weren't able to. But still early on in our lives, we came to a point where we were able to embrace ourselves. And during that time, during Luther's days, I wasn't even born yet. He lived in a time where he wasn't able to fully embrace himself.
And express himself. In that way.
Yeah.
I think also living in South Africa or on the African continent, there are so many countries where being queer is illegal. We have officially in South Africa, we have the constitution that says that all sexual orientations are protected by law. But I mean, in SA, it's still a very conservative country.
It is.
By and large.
It is,
right? And I was reading this, I was reading about this, it's an American hardcore band. They're called Zulu. They make really, really cool music. But when they have been interviewed, they kept being asked, and the band is comprised of all black members, right? And when they're being interviewed, they get asked, oh, how do you feel about this part about Black American history? How do you feel about this part about, slavery and all that? And the response is always, we are more than our pain. And I think because when we encounter someone like you, you're living a joyous life. You're living much, much further than just the pain that has happened in the past of being queer, of being black. And I think that I'm going on a diatribe, but it impresses me as somebody that I've come from the music industry. I have come from being the child of activists in the 80s. I've come from that life, and now having kids of my own, growing up, having to encounter gender, encounter sexuality, and having to deal with that. And I feel like having somebody like you out there who's just living a joyous life and doing everything that he can to just be himself all the time, it is such a positive thing.
Thank you.
It is such a positive thing. And at the same time, though, I feel like sometimes that adds pressure to you. Do you ever have that outside view of yourself, like, okay, cool, I inhabit a certain space. Certain people are looking at me. I need to act a certain way. Does that ever creep into your head?
No, not really. Because it's an effortless thing for me.
Okay.
Living and embodying my truth. It's an effortless thing for me. And it's so nice that it inspires other people, because I'm not trying to do so.
I got you.
It's something that just happens naturally. But then once I realize that it actually inspires people, it's a matter of it
adds more joy.
It adds more joy, and it affirms me that I'm doing the right thing.
I got you.
And I'm on the right path.
If you're gonna say something, you need to say it on mic. Come. Put the laptop down into the camera there. She's working. What's the question?
Okay. Who's your favorite designer?
It has to be Lukanyum Dingy.
Okay. Haven't seen their stuff yet. I'll check it out after it. You'll have to show me.
Where's my phone? It's pretty cool stuff. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna open. Can you?
Dingy. Yes.
Let's see. I forgot we have to speak into our microphones. Oh, wow. Oh, featured in Vogue. That is a nice fit. It's very colorful, eh?
So he's basically the one I'm going to be wearing at the awards.
Oh!
Yeah.
Hectic. This is so good. Do
Do you know what I've always thought about certain like fashion?
Mm-hmm.
It's so impractical sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of it are not.
It's not meant. It's not
Outfits,
meant.
yeah.
It's not meant.
It's
See, now we're going down the path of looking. Watch this.
flip.
I think a lot of I agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, the things we see on the runway, it's not meant to be worn.
One outside.
That's
yeah.
ideas, right? It's
Yeah.
concept.
It's concepts. Yeah.
Like when a car company does a concept car.
Mm.
What would your stream be?
In terms of like concepts.
No. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or
Like,
for fashion.
For fashion. What would your stream be? Would it be comfortable?
It would definitely be something because I want to start out with having a line of like baseball jackets.
Okay.
'Cause I'm
You do
huge-
rock those.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of like baseball jackets. So it would definitely be something commercial and comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
more for retail.
Today's by today's.
Mm.
Do you play sport or did you?
I tried.
You tried.
I tried rugby in
Yeah.
high school.
With this slender frame, my friend, what were you doing?
I tried rugby.
One tackle and this is gone.
Not really. I'm very physically fit and strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he just, yeah.
Like, to be honest, yeah, I did try rugby, but I didn't enjoy it because it's a bit too rough for me.
Okay.
But it was a
What
nice
position did you
experience.
play? Or was it just tryouts?
No, I was scrum off, I think. Yeah, and left wing.
What does the scrum off do? Because right now, this is probably one of the most interesting conversations I've ever had.
It's you tackle.
Because I don't know anything about rugby.
Yeah, you tackle to get the ball.
Okay.
Yeah, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you tackle to get the
I
ball.
just love how you just say, and you just say, yeah.
because I'm trying to recollect my memory. So
Okay, how long did that last though?
just a year.
Like one season
Yeah, it was in grade
Okay.
9.
in grade 9.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's for like when I played hockey for 6 months.
Yeah.
Like, nah, thanks. My shins are. Have you been hit in the knee? Yeah, you see, I don't want that.
Phew.
Ha, Tando.
Yeah.
See, you need to be here for every interview. So I've had this idea for the longest time. And this is something maybe we should do it. Let's go skating.
Skating.
Yeah. Like with the skateboard.
That sounds dangerous.
It's not. My 9
But I've done so many
do it.
dangerous sport things. I did karate for like
It's like, come on, your
Yeah.
internal organs can get shifted, right?
And I did karate. And I'm dead.
Why would you be skating where a truck can hit you?
Life happens, and it's unpredictable.
You guys are boring. Just take the risk, please. Take the risk. Ice skating. Mentioning all the more dangerous sports. Skating is... If you
Yeah.
fall on an ice rink, right? If you fall on an ice rink, those blades are sharpened.
They are, but who is skating at such a high speed? But that. No one.
I don't have a counter argument. Can you just argue with her, please?
I don't have an argument because she's right.
Okay, stop interrupting my interview now. Sit in the corner and be quiet, please. Okay, I'm actually not mean to Tando. It's just for today. I want today's attention to all be on me. As almost like a culmination of everything that we've spoken about is the idea that one person is many things, right? Traditionally, like in the past, you'd be in a career for 20, 30, 40 years, and that would be the one thing that you are defined by as
The
a
all and
person,
all. Yeah.
right? But now we have the opportunity to be, as you are, musician, actor, presenter, student, content creator, videographer, right? I can be a radio host, producer, DJ, whatever, right? But all of that comes at the cost of energy,
Yeah.
within yourself and having to protect your own energy on a day-to-day basis, both spiritually and mentally as well,
yeah.
right? There's the things like imposter syndrome that creep in, that come to you at the worst moments.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, I think yesterday was the first time that I posted in something in 12 days. Just because I posted something really cool, and then my brain said, no, you don't deserve those views. You shouldn't be doing that, right? How do you get out of that funk when you go into it? If that moment happens when that voice says, actually, you don't deserve it. Actually, you shouldn't be doing that. What does it take for you to get out of that funk?
I mean, I guess this is when the beauty and the concept of doing something that you love and enjoy comes in. Because even within those, I mean, all of us are human, so we will get those moments where you feel de-energized and you feel tired and you feel anxious and you just don't want to. But within those moments, you come to realize and remember that I actually love this. At the end of the day, this is what feeds my spirit. So it will get you to get up and go. Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, I get you. I just think it's an interesting thing how different people approach these things.
Yeah.
Right? Like, for instance, when we spoke to Zetu on the last episode, she didn't even believe that she was a content creator. Up until the moment she was nominated for an award. She was like, I was just in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Doing this thing for fun. And then it became serious. And I think that moment for a lot of people also is the moment where that voice starts creeping in.
Yeah.
When somebody else outside of you says, hey, you're good at this.
Good at this, yeah.
You're good at this. You're having an impact of some kind. You're doing great work. Can we work with you?
Yeah.
Then it's external.
Yeah.
Then it becomes something outside of what you were doing for yourself.
For yourself, yeah.
And I think that also comes to the idea that now you're a business as well. You're building a brand. And having to act as somebody that represents not themselves, but the people that they're associated with.
Yeah.
The journey for you, I mean, you've been doing content for 5 years, but taking it seriously has probably been for like 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Probably like 2 years now.
2 years now. And building that brand, because this is something that we were asked on the panel and off the panel at the Emerging Content Creator Workshop was, how do you build a brand, right? How do you approach, how do you take, because what you see as something that is personal, it's part of your personality.
Yeah.
But somebody else can shape that into something that's part of a brand.
Yeah.
Are you steadily building that? Are you comfortable with being called a brand? Are you comfortable with building that up within yourself as not just an individual, but also now, okay, cool. There's Today's face. It's product now.
I am comfortable because I guess with me, I've always known that I would get here. As a kid growing up, I made it very clear to my parents that, listen, I'm not going into a 9-to-5.
Got you.
I want to be on television.
Yeah.
I want to sing. I want to dance. I want to act. That's where I see myself.
Yeah.
And at that time, I didn't know about content creation. Yes. I don't think it even existed at that time.
Doubt it.
Yeah. So I've always known that somewhere, somehow, I'm going to end up here.
Yeah.
And I guess content creation came as a catalyst to that. So yeah, I'm very comfortable.
So for you, this is all part of, this is where I would differ, right?
Okay.
Is that for me, everything I do is personal.
Okay.
And maybe that's just a difference in personality, right? When somebody tells me, oh, you're a brand now. Like, no, I'm not. I'm just here. I'm just existing.
Yeah.
Because that was the panel that I was on, is to turn yourself from a content creator into a brand. Yeah. I was like, no, I'm not. No. No, I'm just a dude with the tattoos. I like punk music. I like this. It's not. But then afterwards, it was explained to me that, no, actually, that is your brand. Because this is what makes you different.
Different, yeah.
Right? And I think very often we forget that our difference is the thing that makes us not just unique, but also special.
Yeah.
And do you see yourself as occupying this space, holding onto the space?
Yeah.
Or do you feel like there's an impetus on you as an individual when you get to more success, when you get further ahead to say, okay, cool, guys, behind me, I'm going to pull you up with me. Do you think that is something that you'd want to do in some kind of project or some way, whether it's letting someone take over your account, letting somebody, I don't know, interview you or be interviewed by you and highlighting them? Do you know what I mean?
I mean,
because I feel like
Yeah.
now it's the idea is of opening up the industry.
yes.
Right. So you're now in the phase where you are stepping in.
Yeah.
But when you get to it like 5-10 years from now,
Okay.
somebody might ask you, hey, Tade, give me a shot.
Give me a shot.
Right?
Definitely. Because I know what it feels like to try and get a shot, or I know what it feels like. Like I've gotten to experience now what it feels like to have the door shut.
Yeah.
In front of you. I know what it feels like to actually want a shot and just be like, if I could get that one shot.
Yeah.
And then nobody gives it to you.
Yeah.
I know what that feels like. So I know the importance of giving somebody a chance to prove themselves.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that. I like that a
Yeah.
lot.
I feel like it's important. Give someone a chance to prove themselves, because also you never know what comes out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you tried stand-up?
Stand-up comedy. I don't think I'm...
Because I met you. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
no, because I remember distinctly is that because you're holding the mic,
Yeah.
and it just made me think of you on a stage. And I met you at the Comics Choice Comedy Awards. There was a workshop afterwards,
Yeah.
and you were there. So now I've never answered the question was never answered. Like, are you doing stand-up?
No, I don't do stand-up comedy. Because I'm not funny. I'm not the funny one. Like I've said it before, like I'm not the funny one. South Africans are funny.
South Africans are funny.
So I reenact what's already there.
Yeah.
And add a twist to it, add my flavor. Yeah. And as I said, the backhand of it all is to showcase how good of an actor I believe I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to ask you something, and that's something this comes to the idea that South Africans are funny. You're not funny. Wait, that no. You said, I'm quoting you.
Okay.
I am quoting you. You said, I am not funny.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just clear that up quickly.
Yeah. Okay.
You said it. I didn't say it.
I did say it. I own it.
Okay. Do you see yourself as a mirror? I mean, we're having such deep conversations here about like the nature of art, but do you see yourself as a reflection of the South African experience? Because your videos are interpretations of things of another video or another audio bite that is out there, but you inhabit that space and interpret it in your own way. That's an artistic decision.
Yes.
It's a mirroring decision.
Yes.
To do that. Do you see yourself as a reflection of not just South Africa currently, but South Africa past?
Yes.
Yeah. And the experiences of people before you. I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yeah.
But you have an interesting journey that you come from KZN, right? And what was it growing up there? And does that match where your life is going? You know, or rather, how did that inform where your life is going?
I guess I mean, where you come from always informs where you're going. I guess that's also a very, I'd say it's a very African belief.
Yeah.
With where you come from, you have to always know where you come from.
Yeah.
In order to know where you're going. I don't think I'd be where I am if I didn't grow up the way I did. If I had a different experience growing up, I don't think I would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did your parents want for you? Because I know you said like very early on, you told your parents, this is who I want to be.
This is who I want to be, yeah.
And just to give you something on my side, I got this tattoo last week. And my mom told me, but now why did you get a tattoo there? Because one day you're still going to become a teacher. And I had to explain to her, Mom, I'm 34. I'm never going to become a teacher. She still has that dream for me, which means that parents will never change, right? But what did your parents want you to end up being?
They don't have a specific. I wouldn't say there's a specific career they wanted me to go into. But they just wanted me to take on the traditional path. Go to school, study something, maybe like engineering or a doctor or any 9-to-5 job. Or corporate job rather, and go into that. I guess entertainment wasn't
part of that
package. I also don't blame a lot of our parents because they grew up in a time because entertainment it's such a fantasy.
I know. I know exactly what you mean.
To want to be famous, a dream to want to be on television and want to be all this, and they grew up in a time where dreams didn't really come true.
You had to have security.
You have to have security, especially because of the circumstances they come from. Even within being in a corporate job, it was a dream to end up in a career like being a doctor or being a pilot. So a lot of our parents had those dreams, but because of circumstance, they couldn't really be that. So I guess that fear is still there within them.
And now you're living the dream.
Now I'm living
your dream.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Thumbstopper podcast, the official podcast for the DStv Content Creator Awards in association with Samsung Galaxy. As always, thank you to Workshop 17 and Studio 17 for hosting us in their amazing space. Remember, new episodes drop every Wednesday, 6 p.m. So set a reminder and catch up with what your favorite content creators are getting up to beyond the timeline.